Mrs Tyrrell with a question, please.
Thank you, President. My question today is for the Minister for Corrections. Now that the Dhurringile prison has closed, my constituents still have many questions about the decommissioning process. Can the Minister please explain what the decommissioning process entails for this site?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Ms Tyrrell for her question and her interest in my corrections portfolio. As Minister for Corrections, in June early this year, I had a major announcement about the reconfiguration of our adult correctional system. It was about making sure that we made the best use of our best facilities, and that meant we had the opportunity to use our modern facilities at Western Plains, which will be opening by the middle of next year, but also meant the closure of the almost 60-year-old Dhurringile prison and also the privately operated Port Phillip prison by the end of next year. I do want to take this opportunity to thank the staff at Dhurringile who have worked tremendously to keep our community safe. But as part of that, I know from the community feedback we've had and through your representations and other members in this place that there is a great interest in what decommissioning work means, because that's what we've communicated. So I do want to clarify that. What I will say is that in terms of decommissioning, that means removing the equipment and correction-specific tools we have on site. It means removing those fixtures and equipment so that we can repurpose them and reuse them possibly at other facilities. And a good comparison from this that when talking to the department about decommissioning, because as Minister I was obviously interested myself in what that would entail, I'd say it's like moving house. So we're packing up and removing the stuff that we can use elsewhere and taking that. But I want to be very clear that there'll be no demolition of buildings. And I know a matter that's of great interest is the heritage mansion on site and homestead, and that will be protected.
Mrs Tyrrell, supplementary.
And I thank the Minister for his answer. My constituents have voiced their desire to visit the site and see the historical mansion at Dhurringile for themselves. Can the Minister commit to working with the community for an open day once the decommissioning work is complete?
Minister.
Thank you, President, and I thank Ms Tyrrell for her supplementary question. It does sound like a great idea. I'll take the interjections. But at the moment, the work is on the decommissioning and removing our equipment and fixtures to repurpose as required. But obviously, we know that the best ideas do come from local communities, and we are taking the opportunity. And I was clear when we made the announcement that we'll be consulting the community. So I was clear when we make the announcements in June, so that the department's undertaking that work. But I think a community open day is a good opportunity for the community to see firsthand the potential for the site. So what I'll make sure is that the department works towards that, and when the decommissioning takes place within that time frame, and at the end of that you're informed of that as well as other local members.